Bola Ahmed Tinubu fights back with his best tools, and that is the media. One very potent thing about Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as in his arsenal, is his media. He controls a very large percentage of the media, either directly or by proxy. As you know, he has a lot of media platforms. The nation's newspaper is directly owned by him. This newspaper was used as a means of preaching the gospel of Buhari to the people, and it has also been singing the praises of his administration since the word go. It is there very surprising that this same newspaper started some subtle attack on his administration, then graduated to a very potent and caustic attacks recently. The Punch newspapers started with their editorial some days back, and I brought you guys a story where they said that as from today onward, all platforms, all Punch newspaper platform will begin to address Buhari not as President Buhari but as Major General Buhari, and that is it. And other newspapers also followed suit: Premium Times, the Nation newspapers, and others. From the discerning minds and those who can see beyond the ordinary, there is one thing that is certain, and that is the fact that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is behind all these attacks. This is so because of the fact that his presidential ambition is being threatened, and his people are being rendered redundant. As for those who are still in the government, and some are being removed from the strategic offices they are holding, Fowler easily comes to mind. He was ousted out because they claimed that Fowler stepped on toes, and one Hausa Fulani took over. And in fact, the Hausa Fulani said it on the day of his inauguration, saying, Fowler stepped on toes. That is why they are kicking you out, and I'm representing you here. Can this attack on the government using the media be sustained? Who blinks first in this game of chess between the presidency and Bola Ahmed Tinubu's political school? Everything will surely unravel by the end of 2020, as people will be all out against 2023. It is a matter of time. Things will definitely unravel, and we'll see what it is. As you know, these people have nothing else to offer anyone. All they clamor for is their own personal interest, and that has to do with power, and of course amassing much wealth, and so much wealth. That is just what they are interested in. Insults are let loose like verbal missiles here and there from the opposition, either PDP, the ones that have not cross-carpeted, while poverty of vision and loss of initiative permeate the entire political class. The president is behaving like an all-conquering emperor with impressive anti-democratic credentials, like in the case of Omoyele Sowore. That has been the pattern of Buhari anyway. Decree number 4, decree number 2. If you have not know, if you weren't born at that time, I think you should do a little bit of research. And if you were born at that time, you already know what it was, as at that 1983 to 1984, 85 thereabout, when Buhari kicked out a democratic government and he pushed himself there. And of course, he was kicked out. It was a short term for him. He was also kicked out by Babangida. Babangida kicked him out, locked him up, and Sani Abacha released him. That's why Buhari will always say Abacha is not a thief, because for him, I'm going to close my eyes, he saved me. He's not a thief. That's just what it is. But we know that Abacha is a thief. Many of the generals that are still alive, they are thieves. Both civilians, they are thieves. And of course, the ones that call themselves businessmen, they call themselves richest man in Africa, they are all criminals because they are benefiting from a system that is corrupt. Many of them have been given oil wells, and the money is just for them. So this Daura-born former military head of state has failed to live up to expectations. For some people, he's living up to expectation as he's doing what they want. In his first time in office, his true persona came to the fore when he appointed many northern Muslims into the country's security outfit. Until date, a lot of northerners are occupying the position that southerners have been kicked out from for one reason or the other. And there is something that is funny. When a northerner, I'm not saying all the people in the north, of course, a lot of people will be quick to point out that some people in the north that have been put in jail. But when certain northerners that we can actually see what they've done, how corrupt they are, when they are brought, their criminal endemic activities are brought out to the fore, we see that the president does not react to that. He's so slow when it comes to all of this. And when we even talk about the security issues we are having in Nigeria, it's so slow because it has to do with his own people. So the guys, that is what it is. It's a funny thing and it's a sad thing. When I say funny in the sense that like Fela says, it's suffering and smiling. So one will look at it like, wow, it's funny, but then when you look at it, it is not really funny, as these people are only struggling for their own benefit and not for the interest of the nation. Bola Tinubu fighting with the media. Soon it's going to be a all-out war, and the Hausa Fulanis are ready for this. That is why Buhari is making sure that every enforcement agency is occupied by Hausa Fulani, apart from the naval Air Force. I think, is it naval or Air Force? I think is occupied by someone from the south. So he's making sure that people that are loyal to him are the people that are there. It's still the same gameplay that was played out back in 1960s when the Civil War came up. It's the same gameplay that is being played on right now. They want to remain where they are. They make sure that they muscle on everything. They occupy every position. They tie up every nook and cranny to make sure if there is any fight, they will be able to win. And that is because people have become docile till today. And the people that you expect to speak against this are still the people that are part of the evil system and circle. So guys, that's what it is for now. If you're not a member of this channel, let us grow together. You can do so by tapping on the subscription button and the red notification icon bell below. That will automatically alert you whenever videos such as this are uploaded. And for those who are already a member of this channel, I say a very big thank you. Thanks for stopping by.